time you want to start reviewing for your NCLEX exam and you want to start reviewing content, how do you master this content and what methods do you use to make sure that you are prepared content-wise? Because we know that content is very important as you prepare for the NCLEX exam. Please, if that is your desire, stay around so that we can discuss this very important topic. I'm your friend Bosco. I'm a registered nurse and I usually help nurses to prepare for their NCLEX exam and also to help them with tips and advice and information on how to pursue their career abroad. Welcome to Nursing Embassy, and if you found this video useful, please remember to subscribe so that YouTube will be able to show you my next videos. So guys, I've done the NCLEX exam, and what I can advise is that it's very important for you to master content because it gives you that firm basis for judgment when you are given that difficult question where it is very difficult to decide which is the right answer. At the end of the day, it is how good you mastered your content that will help you to choose the right answer. So for everyone who is going to do their NCLEX exam, they should begin with mastering their content. And when we talk about content, ideally it would mean that it means to go back to your nursing school books. You know, those difficult, those huge books of med-surg. But because of time, it's usually difficult for you to go back to such books. Not only because of time, but also the NCLEX emphasizes some aspects that are not emphasized in those books. That's why it's very important to get to look for resources that are NCLEX oriented, and there are so many such books that I'm going to discuss below. Let us begin with these books so that you can familiarize yourself with such resources. So the books for NCLEX, for reviewing content for the NCLEX, you will hear many people talk about this book, the Sounders book. So this is one of the good resources. The other one, another book that prepares people for the NCLEX exam is the Kaplan NCLEX RN Prep Plus. This is the one I'm showing here is 2018 edition. I'm sure there could be some updated version. These people keep updating their books. The other one is the McGraw-Hill review for the NCLEX RN examination. The other one is the McGraw-Hill review for the NCLEX RN examination by Francis D. Monahan. I like this book so much because according to my experience, this is a very good book that I used myself, and I do credit my passing to it. Thank you guys for making such a good book. Then the other one is La Charity. Very good book for mastering prioritization, delegation, and assignment. Because guys, this exam, many of the times you will feel that it has been all about prioritization, delegation, and assignment. What I mean here is that these topics take the largest part of the NCLEX. So it's very important before you go for your exam to master these, to read this book and understand it in and out. Alright, the other one that you can get to review for content as you prepare for your NCLEX exam is the HESI Comprehensive Review for the NCLEX examination. Okay, so you can also access that. The latest edition I could find was 6th edition. You can find that also on Amazon and other e-commerce platforms. So guys, let's go now to the tips for reviewing content, because I really want you to be prepared so that by the time you go to your test center, you are really prepared for this exam and you are passing. Your passing is my passion so that we can all achieve this dream Alright, so the first tip I have for you guys is that finish a given number of pages per time. When you get that huge book, I know it may be 1,500, make a goal. Say, I want to finish this book in 1 month. So if you want to finish that book in 1 month, it means that you divide all those pages that you are going to read, 1,500 pages over the 30 days. You'll find that every day you will have to finish the 50 pages. However, how do you finish 50 pages in a day? Look for the free time that you have in a day. For instance, in a day we have 24 hours. But say if you are going to have 10 free hours in a day, it means that you are going to finish 5 pages per hour. And I think that is not very hard. 5 pages, like 1 paper, 2 papers and a half of it. That is every hour you finished that. Take some breaks, but stick to your goal. And you will find yourself achieving it. The second tip, guys, is that you should practice given questions. These books give questions, practice questions at the end of every chapter. Make sure that you practice them, work out the answers before you actually look at them, and then you will be able to feel that actually you are making progress and master every rationale that is given. Even if you passed, read through the rationale. Even if you passed that question. The third tip, guys, I'm giving you is that you should write important points in your notebook for later review. Okay, guys. So if you have any, I understand, guys, that it's not easy as you are passing through that book. It's not easy to memorize everything, to say I'm storing everything on my brain, but what you find that it will be so difficult to master or to keep in your brain for the first time, you write it down in a notebook, and then later, maybe the next day early morning, begin with that when you are still fresh, and you'll find that you are mastering it all together. Okay, so have a notebook that has enough pages to take you through the review period. The other tip, guys, is that write down those stubborn concepts. Those concepts that are too hard to memorize. Write them on sticker papers and put them up there. Okay, like you can see here, I put some stuff. Yes, so write those difficult and stubborn stuff to master. You remember even those days when we were mastering things like cranial nerves, like lab values. Those are stuff that are hard, but put them on such sticking paper and put them where your eyes frequent. For instance, places where you normally spend a lot of time. For example, the kitchen, if you are someone who loves cooking. For example, the car, if that's where you spend most of your time. Places like your bedroom. Okay, look at put them near your bed, so that before you sleep you look at them, and when you wake up you look at them the first time. That's how you will master those difficult aspects of the NCLEX. Alright, the other tip, guys, is that try to make drawings for these diseases that are a bit difficult to memorize their signs and symptoms. This drawing especially helps you to master the signs and symptoms. Guys, remember, signs and symptoms, no one is going to ask you a question direct, but they will bring that in SATA. Okay, check the description box. I have also indicated on a video on how to master or how to pass your SATA questions. Yeah, but they like such signs and symptoms in SATA questions. That's where they bring them. So if you, for instance, a patient with Cushing syndrome, draw them very nicely. Draw someone with very small thinning hair with a lot of acne. I don't like the way this one has been drawn. You repeat it yourself and draw someone with buffalo hump. Okay, draw it nicely, and then draw someone with thin extremities, very small hands. Okay, so that you do it yourself. If you do it and your brain actually did it, drew these small hands, drew this buffalo hump, you will find it yourself. You'll find it easy to remember it. Okay, so the other tip, guys, is bring out the critical thinker in you. Guys, if you have not been attentive for all this time, please be attentive on this point. The NCLEX nowadays is almost all about critical thinking. You are not going to get many things which are direct. I remember I got like 2 questions that I still remember were direct, and I was sure of the answer. The rest of the 73 questions were not direct questions. They involved critical thinking, and the more you pass critical thinking questions, the easily you can get to pass. So as you read, as you review, do not try to cram, but try to think widely, think about the issue and digest it very well. Okay, like for instance, what, who, how, where, why. You know, those are aspects of critical thinking as you contemplate about what you are really reading. Okay, guys, so the other tip is that read not to finish. Yes, though you are going to finish 5 pages every hour, but read not to finish, but to understand. To understand, because that's how you will feel that you are actually making serious progress, other than just finishing the pages and seeming like you are progressing, but in the real sense you are not progressing. If you are still watching up to this moment, it means that you are very committed. Thank you so much for watching my video and visiting Nursing Embassy. Remember, guys, that if you find some value here, make sure to subscribe so that YouTube will show you my next video. Also, guys, if you have any advice in regard to how to master NCLEX content, please leave your comment below so that others can benefit from your well of wisdom. Please make sure you subscribe so that you can watch my next video. My next video I'm going to show to give you information on accommodation in South Africa and where to test for COVID for those of you whose test center is South Africa. And I know that you are soon testing for your NCLEX exam. My friend, I wish you success as you reach that exam. May you pass with flying colors. Alright, thank you for visiting. Till we meet again. Bye bye for now.